Tonight is the start of an unforgettable clash at Baalman Yards. The year is 2024, and this is more than just another World Series. This is the culmination of 7 years of passion, heartbreak, and fierce competition. Two franchises, born together, locked in rivalry. The committee and the RGCV. And tonight, they will face off one final time on the field where it all began. To understand the weight of this moment, we must go back to the very beginning. The first season of NWA Wiffle Ball. From the start, two teams emerged as the best, the committee and the RGCV. That season, they clashed in the first ever World Series, a hard-fought 5-game classic. The RGCV were 2 outs away from lifting the first trophy in NWA history before Patrick Baalman, in a moment that would live in infamy, launched a go-ahead 3-run homer, followed by a dagger by Dominic Satrowski, sealing the win and giving the committee the first championship in league history. 2019 brought more heartbreak for the RGCV. They dominated the committee in the regular season, but when it mattered most, the committee found their stride and swept the RGCV in the World Series. 2 seasons, 2 titles for the committee, and 2 crushing defeats for the Snakes. In 2020, the committee stumbled, bounced from the semifinals by the unbeatable Beach Boys. It seemed the path was clear for the RGCV to break through, but it wasn't meant to be. The Beach Boys completed their fairy tale run by defeating the RGCV in the World Series, handing the Snakes their 3rd straight championship loss. 2021 was a year of change for the RGCV. A revamped roster looking to rewrite the script. But even with a new lineup, the same old demons returned. Meeting the committee in the semifinals, they were once again swept aside, as the committee stormed to their 3rd World Series victory. The following year, 2022, saw a similar story. The RGCV, once contenders, barely scraped into the playoffs, while the committee continued to assert their dominance, securing a 4th championship and solidifying their place atop the league. But in 2023, the winds began to shift. Enter John Paul Gunn. The same young player who had once been a background figure on the RGCV roster returned as their ace pitcher. Gunn's arrival reignited the franchise, carrying the RGCV to eliminate the committee from postseason contention for the first time in history. Though the RGCV fell short in the semifinals, it was clear the tide was turning and the old RGCV was back. And now in 2024, we arrive at the final chapter of Baalman Yards. The RGCV, coming off their best season since 2019, are red hot, finishing the regular season with a 10-5 record and clinching the number 1 seed. The committee, after a year of redemption, secured the 3 seed, fighting their way back after missing the playoffs for the first time. And fittingly, it all comes down to this: the final World Series at Baalman Yards. This is more than just a series. For the players on the field, for the fans in the stands, this is a legacy series. It's the final chapter in a rivalry that has defined the league. And tonight, on the beat-up grass of Baalman Yards, we will witness who writes the last word in the epic battle between the committee and RGCV where it all began. 7 years, 2 teams, 1 last chance of glory at Baalman Yards. This is the 2024 NWA World Series. A lot of changes have been made throughout NWA Wiffle Ball history, but 2 things remain the same: the committee and the RGCV. The 2 OGs going at it one final time where it all began at Baalman Yards.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are here for one last time at Baalman Yards. It's the 2024 7th Annual World Series between our committee and the RGCV. 2 of the OG teams going at it today. Bruno, how you doing?
I think there's no better way to finish off the great Baalman Yards era than between these 2 teams. The oldest teams, most history, just such a classic matchup.
Absolutely, the scriptwriters couldn't have really written it any better than this. It's a hot one today, so here's the temperature here, man. It's gonna be a little toasty. I mean, I know Zach, he's used to being outside, so it's no biggie for him, but I'm a little hot. So we'll see if that plays a factor, especially in this best of 5 series today. So first team to win 3 games is your World Series champion. But an interesting storyline between both these teams. The committee, obviously, they're really the go-to the league as of right now. They've won 4 World Series. They're trying to make it a 5th here today against the RGCV, who's still looking for that first World Series.
That's right, Kerry. These 2 teams have been neck and neck throughout the whole league's history. RGCV just looking to get over that hump, though, trying to get the first. And like you said, the committee just trying to extend that rich history they have of winning.
For the committee today, they will have Patrick Baalman, Zach Kleber, Drew Baalman, and Olivia Baalman. They'll have their 4 players today that they've had basically all season long. A group that's really gotten better as the year's gone on. It kind of looked like they were back on that downward trajectory as, coming off of last year to start the series, and then ever since they've been going up and up since. So fun team to look out for. I think the pitching numbers have been better this year. Offensive numbers have been better. So definitely a team to look out for. And Bruno, who do we have for the RGCV today?
We have the gun quartet coming back: Zach, Johnny, Ethan, Grayson, and then Thomas rounding out the bottom of the order. All 5 of them ready to go today, played the whole season, ready to go.
All right, so today we're gonna do a little bit of an extended pregame show. We're not gonna do a prediction, obviously, because both of us are playing, but we'll start off with one strength and one weakness for both teams. I'll start off with the committee for their strength. They've been here before. They've gotten the job done 4 other times, so they know that playoff pressure. All 4 of the people on the committee have been here plenty of times, so I think that that's a great strength for them. They've gotten over the hump many times. And what about the RGCV? What's their biggest strength going into this?
It's got to be the depth of their lineup, 1 through 5, just all great hitters. They can score with anyone in the league. They can put up as many as they want at times, it seems. So it's got to be their lineup and the fact that all 5 guys can get on base and get hits.
And then we'll go to the committee. Their weakness is kind of the flip side of that, is the bottom of the lineup. They've been a little inconsistent a little bit in this postseason. Zach and Patrick have been hitting pretty well. They just need some production from the bottom half of that order. And I think that this could be a great day for the committee. But again, RGCV have probably the deepest depth. Committee at times have not. So kind of that paradox there. So what do you got for the RGCV for their biggest weakness going into today?
The RGCV, their biggest weakness is probably their pitching depth. Really behind Johnny, they haven't had any kind of consistent production, even a consistent availability throughout the year. So if something did unfortunately happen to Johnny, or if he's just not on today, that could spell a disaster potentially for the RGCV.
Yeah, I think going into this one, something to keep an eye on, like I said earlier, is the best of 5 series. And I think both teams kind of have that one ace on their team right now. So we'll see. Then someone might have to step up for either team here and get some innings in, because pitching 5, if it goes to 5, that's going to be a really hard task. And you might see the offensive numbers going up too, because you're seeing the same pitches for 5 straight games. All right, now we're going to go into the 3 keys of the game today. Bruno, what do you got today for the committee?
Well, the first key is Patrick staying on the mound and pitching effectively all 5 games, potentially 5 games. That's going to be key. They don't really have any depth behind him. I know the RGCV don't have any depth behind their pitcher too, but it's really important for Patrick to be on his A game today. The second key is the bottom of the lineup, getting some kind of production there, because throughout this whole series, if Patrick or Zach, either one of them goes out, they're really going to need some production from the bottom of their lineup. And then their third, defense, which is something that has plagued them really for the last 2 years, is defense. It looked a lot better than the last year's against the Archers, but I think some of their players, especially me, Zach, have not done well in the field, so I think they're going to have to play that strategically and make sure they get the outs that they're supposed to get.
I think number 1 for the RGCV is get off to a hot start. I think if they can really put the pressure on the committee going into games 2 on, will really be beneficial for them. And we've seen in the past when these 2 teams played in 2019, the committee got off to that hot start and they never looked back from there. So I think it's going to be big for the RGCV to get that game 1 win and to get off to a hot start, especially with the bats. Number 2, I think Johnny, he needs to be very efficient on the mound. I mean, I know me and him have had some injury issues during games even. So I think that if he can be very efficient on the mound and limit his amount of innings that he has to throw, the later this series gets, is the tougher it's going to get. It's really a mental and physical battle when you play in the World Series. So I think Johnny needs to be very efficient, quick innings on the mound, not messing around. I think that'll be big for them. And number 3, I think Zach Gunn. Really, that's it. He needs to be hitting today. I mean, he has Patrick's number pretty much throughout his whole career. If he can just continue that, I mean, he's one of the best, if not the best hitter when he's on. So I think if he stays hot today, that's going to be huge for the RGCV to pick up their first World Series ring. All right, so that'll do it for the pregame show. Again, no prediction because we're playing in it, but I'm hoping that the committee wins the World Series. We'll see what happens today. And this is, again, the final time at Baalman Yards. So for the last time, let's go down to the field now for some pregame interviews. All right, now we're here with Mr. West, Zach Kleber. Zach, this is it for you. Last time here at Baalman Yards. We've been growing up here, played a lot of wiffle ball here. So what would it mean to pick up a World Series ring in your final time?
Well, first of all, you got to thank Mr. and Mrs. Baalman for allowing us to play at this awesome place for so many years. It means a lot to me. It would just be a great cherry on the top. We've had so many great games here, so many fun memories. I just can't think of a better way to go off the champion.
Now we're here with Zach Gunn. Zach, it's been a long time coming. This is your 4th World Series and also your last game at Baalman Yards. So again, on the flip side, how would it feel to go out with a win here and pick up your first ring?
It'd be something special. There's so many good memories here, so many great games have been played. And these are kind of the 2 core teams of the league, so there really was no better matchup than this. So it'd feel great to go out and win.
Like you said, no other better matchup, I believe, either. So for the last time at Baalman Yards, the 2024 World Series, here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. Welcome to the 2024 NWA World Series. Let's meet the starting lineup for the 4-time champions, the committee. Leading off, starting pitcher, number 55, Patrick Baalman. Batting second, number 97, Zach Cleaver. Batting third, number 77, Drew Baalman. And batting fourth, number 4, Olivia Baalman. And now, the starting lineup for the regular season champions, the RGCV. Leading off, the starting pitcher, number 33, John Paul Gunn. Batting second, number 24, Zach Gunn. Batting third, number 12, Ethan Gunn. Batting fourth, number 1, Grayson Gunn. And batting fifth, number 77, Thomas Big Tom Sidrowski.
All right, the 2024 World Series is committee versus RGCV. Here we go, game 1. Swinging ground ball to the left side. Zach is gonna field it, but he's gonna be safe at first. For the committee, with a hot start, they get 1 on, nobody out. All right, this ball forward to Zach, so both runners are gonna take a base, first and second. Swing and a miss. All right, the full count pitch. Ball forward, bases loaded. All right, full count pitch. Strike 3, what a slider by Johnny. 2 away for Zach. Swing and a miss. Johnny gets out of the bases loaded jam. We go bottom 1, it's still 0-0. Swing and grab ball up the middle. Pat fields it cleanly, out at first. Good start for the committee, 1 away. Swing and miss. What a drop ball by Pat. 2 away. Swing and a miss. What a drop ball by Pat. A clean inning. We go to the second inning, still 0-0. Strike 3 to Drew. What a drop ball by Johnny, 2-way. Swing and a miss, we go bottom 2. Still 0-0. All right, ball 4, good start for RGCV. Swing and a high fly ball. Olivia's under it. Oh no, she drops it. Safe at second, Thomas is safe at first. An error, a gift to RGCV. Nobody out first and second. That's ball 4 to Johnny. Swing and a miss. Good riser by Patrick. Let's see if he can get out of it. Swing and a high fly ball to center. Drew is under it. He throws to Pat. Safe at home. RGCV strike first, 1-0.
Get out! Come on. Let's go, right there!
Swing and a miss. Good strikeout by Patrick, but the RGCV are up 1-0. Committee looking to bounce back. Strike 3 to Zach. 3-pitch at bat. Strike 3 to Drew. What an at bat by Drew though. Fouled off multiple pitches. We got 2 away now for Olivia, looking to extend it. Strike 3, RGCV take game 1 of the World Series. Score of 1-0, a pitching duel. RGCV got a little help with an error. It was 1-0 the final.